In a tense courtroom moment that quickly caught everyone's attention, a young woman named Sonia Summer Moon stood before Judge Boyd in a felony court hearing that started off with immediate tension. From the very beginning, the judge noticed her attitude, arms crossed, giving short and sarcastic responses, which prompted a stern warning about respecting the courtroom. As the hearing continued, the situation became more serious when Sonia admitted that she had recently used methamphetamine, even though she initially claimed she had only used marijuana. Shockingly, she revealed that she had used meth just 2 days after being released from jail, raising major concerns for the judge about her commitment to change. The conversation then shifted to her personal situation. Sonia explained that she was unemployed, staying with a friend, and relying on emergency food stamps to survive. However, when the judge learned that she did not have custody of her child, questions arose about whether those benefits were obtained legally, hinting at the possibility of fraud. Judge Boyd made it clear that things needed to change immediately. The court ordered Sonia to undergo a drug evaluation, find full-time employment within 15 days, and complete intensive parenting classes along with 150 hours of community service. The judge also placed restrictions on the type of jobs she could take, especially those involving children or home healthcare. Before ending the hearing, the judge delivered a powerful warning, reminding Sonia that her choices don't just affect her future, but also the life of her child, who is currently being raised by someone else. The message was clear: take responsibility now, or face far more serious consequences in the future.
R2906, State of Texas versus Summer Munoz. All right, so what did you test positive for? And you want to go back to I only use marijuana with me?
No. I can order for marijuana and
I'm sorry. Can you speak up and could you uncross your arms? You're not a little girl. We're not in a classroom. You are in a felony court where you could potentially go to prison. So, what have you been using?
meth and marijuana.
When's the last time you used meth?
Like 2 days ago.
No, it's more than 2 days ago. How often are you using?
I just got out of jail, so I haven't been using that often.
Well, I mean, you went straight from jail to use meth. Don't give me attitude.
I'm not.
You've been dishonest with the court. You made them waste of, you think UAs just are free? You made them waste a UA, telling me that you're going to be positive for marijuana only when I knew it was not going to be the case. And now you're positive for meth, amphetamines, and marijuana. So who are you using with? Are you using by yourself in a dark room? Or are you using with some boyfriend? Who are you using with?
No, actually where I'm staying at.
And where is that?
With a friend.
Who is this friend?
Her name is Natasha.
All right. I like the way you make up names. I can't believe anything you're telling me now because you were dishonest about the drug use.
It's the only place I have to stay at right now. So they use and it was tempting.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to want a TAP evaluation ASAP, please. Are you employed?
No.
So how are you supporting yourself?
I'm not.
So who's supporting you?
Nobody.
Well, what are you eating other than drugs?
I have food stamps.
I'm sorry, what?
I have food stamps.
Who's giving you food stamps? You don't have your child with you. Those food stamps are for your child.
Yes, ma'am. I just recently applied and I got approved for emergency food stamps.
I cannot understand a word you're saying.
Applied and I got approved for emergency food stamps.
I know people who really should have food stamps that don't get approved. So you don't have your child with you. You're using meth. You're probably selling your food stamps for meth. And this is a tampering with a government record. So I don't even know if you obtain your food stamps legitimately. So what did you tell them in order to get food stamps? Because you don't qualify.
Okay.
I think she's probably going to end up with another criminal case.
Yes.
Because I don't know a government giving out food stamps to people who won't work. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have your child with you. Somebody else is taking care of your child.
I have to look for work. It's like one of the conditions that they gave me in order to get food stamps. So I'm supposed to be going to the workforce.
Well, you're obviously doing a poor job of it, but I tell you what, you're in this court, you're going to have employment. I'm not going to, the length of probation is outside the agreement. So it's going to be more than 4 years in this court because she has a lot of work that needs to be done to, I don't know why you're giving me the attitude.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are. Either that or it's because you're high. I don't know which one it is, but you're giving me attitude. And that attitude will most likely be readjusted by me at the Bexar County Jail. So I don't know if your attorney told you this, but I can send you to the Bexar County Jail as a condition of this probation. And I can also send you to the state jail facility as a condition of this probation for attitude readjustment. Do you want that?
No.
For 6 years deferred adjudication, you're getting a job. And there are plenty of jobs that are available. You're going to knock your pride aside. And if you're going to be flipping burgers at McDonald's or working on fries, you're going to be the best fry person you can be until you move up. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
9th grade.
9th grade. Why did you drop out?
I have a problem at home.
What were these problems? You using drugs?
No, not necessarily. Just like things that were going on with my mom's marriage and everything else.
And what's that tattoo on your neck?
It says only the strong survive.
All right. People love to put down sayings on their bodies because they can't remember them. All right. It's going to be a $1,500 fine probated. Proof of employment. And it's going to be proof of full-time employment within 15 days. If you have to get 2 part-time jobs, you will get 2 part-time jobs for the court. Full-time employment is at least 40 hours a week. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Has Child Protective Services been in your life?
Yes.
And so were your rights terminated?
No.
What happened to your parental rights?
I still have my rights, but I just don't have my daughter. My family disagreed to take care of me until I get, take care of my daughter until I get back on my feet.
Parenting classes, and I want intensive parenting classes. There's to be 150 hours of community service restitution that will not be waived. She has to do those. You're either going to get your GED or either you're going to get some sort of trade certificate. Take in consideration 2023 CR 2907, County Court Cause number 667-964, 685-144, 70047. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation. If she's not accepted in felony drug court, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment with probation. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline, and she's to be tested once a week. Make sure the levels are going down. If the levels start going up, issue a motion to revoke. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per week until further notice. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 time per month. Probation would have got a shock. Anything else you need from the court to be successful? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We can go off the record. So that tattoo you have about only the strong will survive, that's the mode that your child is being in. And your child should not be in that. Her parents should not be using drugs. Her parents should get her life together, and somebody else should not be raising your child. And you just 100% living off the government, that's not going to happen in this court. You get another job. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you got those food stamps illegally, you better turn them in, because your counsel can tell you what the government does. They wait till your food stamps, when you take those monies from the government and you shouldn't have it, they wait till it becomes a felony. Then they turn it in. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
A tense and uncomfortable moment unfolds inside a felony courtroom as a young woman named Sonia Summer Moon stands before Judge Boyd. The atmosphere in the courtroom is serious, but from the very beginning, Sonia's attitude immediately catches the judge's attention. As she stands there with her arms crossed and answers questions with a casual tone, it becomes clear that Judge Boyd is not impressed. The judge quickly calls out her body language and reminds her that a felony courtroom is not a place for sarcasm, jokes, or disrespect. The judge's voice carries a firm warning: if Sonia doesn't change her attitude right away, the situation could get even worse for her. The courtroom becomes quiet as the judge begins asking Sonia basic questions about her situation. But instead of showing concern or urgency, Sonia appears almost indifferent. This only increases the judge's frustration. Judge Boyd explains that the reason she is standing in that courtroom is because she has already been given chances before, and the court now needs to determine whether she is willing to take responsibility for her actions. As the conversation moves forward, the judge begins discussing Sonia's recent drug test results. This is where the hearing starts to take a more serious turn. Initially, Sonia claims that she only used marijuana. She says it casually, as if it's not a big deal. However, the judge already has the test results in front of them, and those results show something very different. The test came back positive not only for marijuana but also for methamphetamine. When the judge confronts Sonia with this information, there is a noticeable shift in the courtroom. Sonia hesitates for a moment before eventually admitting the truth. She reveals that she did in fact use methamphetamine. What makes the situation even more shocking is when she explains when it happened. According to Sonia, she used meth just 2 days after being released from jail. The judge pauses for a moment, clearly frustrated by what they are hearing. After giving someone the opportunity to leave jail and start fresh, hearing that they returned to drug use almost immediately raises serious concerns about whether that person is truly willing to change. Judge Boyd explains that actions like this show a lack of responsibility and a lack of respect for the opportunity she was given. The judge continues questioning Sonia about her life outside the courtroom. They ask where she is currently living and how she is supporting herself. Sonia explains that she is staying with a friend named Natasha. She says she doesn't have a job right now and has been relying on temporary support to get by. According to her, she applied for emergency food stamps because she had no income and needed help buying food. At first, the judge listens carefully, but as more details begin to come out, the situation becomes more complicated. The judge asks Sonia whether she currently has custody of her child. Sonia responds that she does not. Child Protective Services has been involved with her family, and her daughter is currently being taken care of by other relatives. While Sonia says that her parental rights have not been officially terminated, the fact that she does not have custody raises serious questions about her current lifestyle. This is where the judge begins asking more detailed questions about the food stamps Sonia mentioned earlier. Government assistance programs exist to help people who genuinely need temporary support, but there are strict rules about who qualifies and under what circumstances. Judge Boyd explains that if someone receives benefits they are not legally entitled to, it can be considered fraud. The judge makes it clear that fraud involving government benefits is not a small issue. In fact, it can lead to serious criminal charges, heavy fines, and even jail time. The courtroom becomes tense as Sonia realizes that her situation might be more serious than she originally thought. Judge Boyd explains that people who rely on government programs while also refusing to take steps to improve their situation often end up making their problems worse. The judge tells Sonia that if she truly wants to turn her life around, she will need to start making responsible choices immediately. As the hearing continues, the judge begins outlining the conditions that Sonia must follow moving forward. The first order from the court is that she must complete a full drug and alcohol evaluation. This evaluation will determine whether she needs treatment, counseling, or supervision to help address her substance abuse problems. The judge explains that drug use is often connected to larger issues in a person's life, including instability, poor decision-making, and broken relationships. Without addressing the root of the problem, it becomes very difficult for someone to rebuild their life. Next, Judge Boyd gives Sonia a strict deadline to find employment. She is ordered to obtain full-time work within 15 days. The judge emphasizes that supporting herself through honest work is one of the most important steps she can take toward rebuilding stability in her life. However, the judge also places specific restrictions on the type of work Sonia can pursue. Because of her history with drug use and the circumstances of her case, the court decides that she cannot work in positions that involve home healthcare or jobs where she would be responsible for minors. The judge explains that certain jobs require a high level of trust and responsibility, and until Sonia proves she can remain drug-free and follow the law, those opportunities will not be available to her. The conversation then shifts towards Sonia's role as a mother. Judge Boyd asks her several questions about her daughter and her involvement in the child's life. Sonia confirms that her child is currently living with family members because Child Protective Services became concerned about the environment she was living in. The judge takes a moment to emphasize something very important. Being a parent is not just about having a child, it's about providing safety, stability, and guidance. When a parent struggles with addiction or instability, it often affects the child the most. Judge Boyd tells Sonia that right now, someone else is doing the job that she should be doing as a mother. That reality alone should be enough motivation for her to start making better decisions. To help address this issue, the judge orders Sonia to attend intensive parenting classes. These classes are designed to help parents understand child development, responsibility, and the importance of creating a safe environment for children. The judge explains that if Sonia ever hopes to rebuild her relationship with her daughter, she will need to prove that she can provide a stable and healthy life. In addition to parenting classes, the court also orders Sonia to complete 150 hours of community service. Judge Boyd explains that community service is not just about punishment. It is also about giving individuals the opportunity to reflect on their actions while contributing something positive to society. The judge reminds Sonia that many people in the community work hard every day to support their families and follow the law. Seeing that reality firsthand may help her understand the importance of responsibility and accountability. As the hearing approaches its end, Judge Boyd delivers a final warning that captures the seriousness of the entire situation. The judge explains that Sonia has been given another opportunity to change her life, but this opportunity will not last forever. If she continues using drugs, refuses to find employment, or violates the conditions set by the court, the consequences could be severe. The judge reminds her that the legal system has the power to impose much stricter penalties if someone repeatedly ignores the chances they are given. The judge also returns to the earlier discussion about government benefits. Fraud involving food stamps or other assistance programs is treated as a serious crime, and anyone caught abusing the system can face major legal consequences. Before dismissing the case for the day, Judge Boyd leaves Sonia with a final message. The judge tells her that the choices she makes from this point forward will determine the direction of her future. She can either continue down the same path that led her into the courtroom, or she can take this moment as a wake-up call and start rebuilding her life. The courtroom falls silent as Sonia listens to the judge's words. In that moment, the reality of the situation becomes clear. The court has laid out strict rules, serious expectations, and a narrow path forward. Whether she chooses to follow that path or ignore it will ultimately decide what happens next, not only for her, but also for the child who is waiting to see whether her mother can truly change.